Good afternoon and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Celtic Falkirk is up next, and we're just waiting on Celtic releasing the team news, and they'll be doing that in just a couple of minutes. And whilst we do that, we'll just have a little chat online. There's a few folk jumped on already. Mr. Quinn's on, Kieran Douglas is on. Hail. I want to see some changes and see how these newer boys who haven't had the chance yet to see how they are, says Kieran. I think that there will be some changes this afternoon, and we'll just need to wait a couple of minutes. Yeah, we just need to wait a couple of minutes. Cammy is on. Hail, boys, girls. Gimme, Dyson Maida. That was a cracking wee tune. I liked that one. If you haven't seen that, if you need to go on to the channel, and there is a nice little song that's young lass from Belfast, I think, has brought out. Anyway, let's jump over to the Celtic the Celtic site. It says it's going to be out in roughly about 3 minutes' time. Brendan Rodgers got a massive decision to make today. He needs to change it about because there's a lot of games coming up and a lot of important games, and he needs to keep all the players happy. He does that. He needs to keep all the players happy, and he also needs to start bleeding some of the younger players into the squad, because what's been missing since the beginning of the season so far is obviously the youthfulness of the Celtic team, of people coming up through the ranks of the academy. Now, we did lose two absolutely fantastic players. Now, some will say one was fantastic and one wasn't. But they're in the past. They've left Celtic. We need to move on from that. But Celtic do need to start bringing in players from the academy, and it'll be interesting if he does anything with it at all. Tell you what, I'm not even going to look at that because Naismith's trending. Has he been sacked yet? I don't know, sack him, will he? Anyway, let's jump back into the comments. See who's on. Mike is on. Paul Baird's in. Joseph Davison's in the house. James is in the house. George is in the house. Afternoon Buzz. Roseanne is in the house. Who was? Come on the hoops. Liz Donnelly's in the house. Paul Bell's in the house. Hail to Stephen and everyone. Mr. Quinn's in the house. That's not my new favourite song. David Stewart's in the house. Stuart Carey. CFC 67. Mark Nisbet. Wilson's in the house. Andrew Rennie. David Bell. Mark and Mr. Quinn. And I'm just going to jump back over to Celtic, because in just a few seconds from now, Celtic will release the team details. In around about 30 seconds or something, they will release the team details. And as soon as they do release, I better get that page on me. Oh, Jesus. Because then I'll need to get it up onto the screen. I will get the team straight onto the screen as soon as I can. Come on, Celtic. Got 10 seconds or something to go, and then they will have the team up. As soon as it's up, I will tell you. And you're probably thinking you're looking at other screens as well. But tell me your thoughts about the game today in the comment section, and give me your score predictions. Give me your score predictions, because the team news is Schmeichel, Ralston, Welsh, Trusty, Valley, McGregor, Bernardo, Hatate, Forrest, Palmer and Adam Ida. Wow, he hasn't. And Scott Bain's on the bench. Why no Sinasalo? Why no Sinasalo on the bench? We wanted to see this young keeper getting a wow. Brendan Rodgers he's made changes, but not the changes we thought he would make. That is unbelievable. Schmeichel, Ralston, Welsh, Trusty is your, and Valley is your back four. Then you've got McGregor, Bernardo, Hatate in midfield. You've got Forrest, Palmer and Adam Ida up front. On the bench, you've got Bain, Taylor, Kyogo, Kuhn, Yang, Ohm, Nobrovsky, Engels and Donovan. Not the changes I thought he would make. That's an interesting one. And that's really interesting by the Celtic manager. Tell me what you think in the comment section whilst I just save this and get it up onto this. Wow. Massive news coming out of Celtic Park. It's not the team that any of us thought that he would put out this morning. It's nowhere near the team that we thought he would put out this morning. He did keep McGregor in the team. We thought he would do that. He's kept Bernardo in the team, which I think was good for Paulo. But other than that, wow. Palmer's got a shout. Hatate's been kept in the team. Interesting. Is that to give Hatate more game time? Is that to get his fitness? It's a strange one. It is a strange one. And we'll just get this up onto the screen. And just change the image. Browse. It's not saved it yet. Come on, save. Browse that. And that is it. It's on the screen as we talk. Schmeichel, Ralston, Welsh, Trusty, Alex Valley. I wanted Alex Valley to start. I think we need to see him and Trusty. I wanted to see Paulo Bernardo and Arne Engels in the team together. I wanted to see Arne Engels and Paulo Bernardo playing longer. Will Rio Hatate get the first half? And tell me in the comments what you think of that team. Bain and goals. Why no Sinasalo? He's the future of the club. And it's Sinasalo. Baz, you still haven't cleaned the trophies. I know, Mr. Conn, I haven't. Back four, Russell Wilson, Trusty Valley. Yeah, I know, I said that. Anyway. It'll be 4 now, it'll be 6 now. What happened to Jason Donovan? No idea. It will be Jason Donovan's game time. Be a hard game for him again. 6-1. Casper wants to play against the club he spent all his time at. That's fine. 5-0 the Hoops. He wants Vane out, so put him in the shop window. Bain. 3-0 Celtic. It doesn't matter this team. The victory of the day and the momentum rolls on. 4-0 says Stuart. Stephen Johnson's in the house. There's a lot of people saying hi to you, Stephen. Christopher, an opportunity for some players like Welsh to prove they are good enough to be at Celtic. Well, he's on a long-term contract at Celtic, so you're not going to get rid of Stephen Welsh too soon. Stephen Johnson is saying, Nicola McCaffrey is saying hi to Stephen. Hail, Stephen. Kieran says, evening everyone from South Derry. Be 40 minutes and the Huns will be in the semi, and then I think the Huns will be in the semi-final. I have no idea. I don't care about the semi just yet. We need to get through this game. Now watching the buys from Spain. No son's returning to Almeria. There we go. Andrew, how is it done in Almeria? How's it done in Almeria? Because we've been looking at that down that way. But it's a bit quiet during the winter. Tell us. It'd be good to catch up with you, Stephen, actually. I know Stephen. Who was that? Anyway, let's jump on some more of the comments. Hatate off at half time, Engels on. The table is in trouble with that team, says Sunstone Sheep. Celtic are going to batter someone in double figures. Will it be today? I don't think so. No way I'm playing that back four anyway. Goals will come from midfield today. Doing a 6-weeker in the North Sea. Come on the Hoops. This is the boy for Benny Offa. Best period in a long time to be a Tim is that. I would get rid of Hatate, says Nicola McCafferty. For who? She didn't finish her comment. And Jeffrey is just in the building. That team, the fact that Schmeichel has kept his position, and Scott Bain is substitute. Taylor substitute. Kyogo's sub. Kuhn is sub. Ohm is sub. What does Ohm have to do to get on this pitch and play some game time for Celtic? You would have thought that today would have been an ideal game to get him on. Rocky's on the bench, Engels is on the bench, and Donovan is on the bench also. Let's jump into the comments and just see what some of the Celtic fans on Twitter are saying about it. Full strength team to play divisions 2 team below you at home. Some have no shame. I thought Sinasalo might have said he got a game. Sinasalo, all question marks. Good to see the lad on the bench. Sinasalo must be hot. The back four never played together. Terrifying, says this comment. Great midfield. Surely Carmack needs a rest. No pace on the wings. We've got Adam Ida up front. Good to see him getting started. Surely strong enough for 11 to win today. Look forward to seeing Trusty and Valley hopefully get some game time for Ohm today, as he needs confidence booster. Plenty of ammunition on the bench if too required. Hail. Sinasalo not even on the bench. That's worrying. Welsh over Rocky. That's insane. Weird not giving Sinasalo game time. It is weird. It is completely weird not giving Sinasalo. Celtic versus Falkirk. Where is Luke? Is he safe? Is he okay? A lot of people don't know that Luke is actually cup tied. I still can't get over it. Welsh isn't too trusty. Welsh. A lot of people. Welsh over Mark Rocky. Writing's already on the wall for Big Norobski. If you can't get game time against a lower league opponent over Welsh, it says it all, unfortunately. It says it all, unfortunately. That's some of the people on the land of the Twitterati. The team playing good today will win easy. No Scales, no Cameron Johnsons, no Johnson, no Maida on the bench. No, none of them are on the bench. The players that are on the bench is Bain, Taylor's on the bench, Kyogo's on the bench, Kuhn's on the bench, Yang's on the bench, Ohm, Norobke, Engels and Donovan. What does Sinasalo, what must he be thinking? He left a team where he was first choice keeper to come to Celtic, and then Celtic go and bring in an old guy to play in front of him. Now I can understand Schmeichel wants to play Falkirk and back to the team where he kind of started out as a youth player a long time ago, but Jesus, gives me the fear slightly. Sinasalo's not on the bench is a shocker, says Nicola. That's a massive shock to me. I thought that Sinasalo would get some game time in this competition. Will the manager keep Sinasalo for the Scottish Cup? It's a bit more prestigious, and you get to the Scottish Cup come the end of May. Will the manager use Sinasalo for that? Because it will be a harder competition, I think. They're all hard competitions. We got put out the cup early last season, for goodness sake. He's injured, Baz. He's not injured, he's cup tied. Loving the fact that Forrest is back playing, is at the top of his form. Yeah, Forrest starting the game. And that's just to keep his legs ticking over, I think. That's just to keep his legs ticking over and get him some game time. Lewis Palmer's national coach has been making noises about the fact that Lewis Palmer is not getting any game time at Celtic. He's now getting the chance to shine. And if he doesn't shine today against this lot, what does it say for Lewis Palmer and going forward? He's on a fantastic lengthy contract, so it doesn't really matter what we think. Anyway, it has been confirmed that this is the team. I can't believe it. Still can't believe it. Stephen Johnson's going for 3-1. Baz, he wasn't first choice of Villa. I mean, he thought he was coming here for first choice keeper. I mean, let's face it, he thought he was coming here for first choice keeper. Sinasalo. And you're thinking, you know, you're sitting on the bench, and then he gets left out this game today. Anyway, Pork Chop Express says Brendan showing the rest of the league how strong our squad is. Brendan Rodgers wants Scott Bain out the door, so he's putting him in the shop window. Why would he want Scott Bain out the door? He's never said that he wants Scott Bain out the door. If anything, last season he came out and said in public that Scott Bain's a fantastic number 2. So maybe because it is Scott Bain is the official number 2 over the last as many years, maybe he's just given it a little nod to Scott Bain being on the bench because of his seniority. Yes, he's going for the senior player, and he doesn't want any mishaps. Oh God! Yep, heard the name. Fair play. Our squad is amazing and so deep. I'm so happy with Brendan's work. Sunstone Sheep says a good team needs playing together as much as possible. The chemistry and experience. Sunstone Sheep. That's where the modern day squad comes into it. A good team does have the core of the mainstay of the team. When you look at it, you've got McGregor, Bernardo, Hatate in the midfield. If they can't overrun that midfield today, I don't know what will. Has the manager played Russian roulette at the back? Ralston, he was in there for Scotland over the summer and in the last few games, so he's done it at the higher level. Stephen Welsh, the manager trusts Stephen Welsh and they like Stephen Welsh. The manager gives Stephen Welsh his first chance when he was at Celtic the first time round. He does like him as a player, and that's why Stephen Welsh got a new contract at the beginning of last, it was about October time, wasn't it? About October time that Stephen Welsh signed that new contract. You have to get some of the new boys in, Trusty and Valley. Be good to see Alex Valley, because let's face it, he'll be expecting, he should be on fire today, playing way above his standard, the pay grade, as they say. This game should be at ease for him. But it's the rough and tumble of Scottish football. It is going to be the rough and tumble of Scottish football, when I expect some hefty tackles to go in this afternoon. Celtic ladies win 1-0. Is that official? Because I've seen they were winning 1-0 when I seen it. Yes, they've won. Victory to the women. Victory to the Celtic women this afternoon in the UEFA Women's Champions League second leg. Celtic take the advantage coming back to Celtic Park. That will be a sellout. Celtic need to get the tickets on the go for that one to make sure that the Celtic women's team get into the Champions League. Absolutely fantastic result for the Celtic women to win 1-0 away from home. 1-0 away from home in the Champions League. And it's a fantastic time to be a Celtic supporter just now. And I'm not, yeah, let's face it, Celtic will milk it for all it is. Celtic will milk it for all it is, and I'm sure they'll get as full a house as possible, at least the bottom tier. They will be hoping to sell out the bottom tier of Celtic Park for that return leg. That is fantastic news. But it is all about the fact that Alex Valley starts his first game for Celtic, and Adam Ida starts, and Louis Palmer starts today also. Jesus God. It is full time. Let's just say there's no midweek games this week. Yes, there is no midweek game this week, and it's still strange that he didn't bring on Sinisalo, though. That is the really confusing one for me. I thought that he would give Sinisalo a chance, because it is a lower league. It's a cup game. It's a weird one. Anyway, to be fair, Casper hasn't had much to do to maybe keep him on his toes. Let's hope not. Trusty's left foot, so why Scales rested and Welsh included? I don't know, because I thought that Trusty was going to be brought in to give Scales that bit of competition on that side of the pitch. Now, the fact that Trusty came on for Cameron Carter-Vickers, did Cameron Carter-Vickers have a slight injury? Because Cameron Carter-Vickers hasn't even made the bench for this game. There's a lot of players that haven't made the bench. If you remember as well in the midweek game, that Alistair Johnston was complaining about pain in the lower end of the bottom of his back when he came off. So maybe they're just giving him a week's rest. So it's maybe a good thing that the manager has changed it. We've got the squad for it, let's face it. And the players that are on the bench, if they are needed, you've got a first team on the bench, and you've got players that can come on. You've got Kyogo, you've got Kuhn, and you've got Arne Engels that, if are needed, can come on and make a difference in the game. Oh my goodness, I'm still in shock the fact that he's dropped Sinisalo. I thought Sinisalo would have been a stick-on starter for this match. Great to see our bench of players. I read both ties are at home for the girls, as the opposition are from Ukraine. Well, there you go. Are they? No idea. I just wish Luke wasn't cup-tied. He would definitely be a starter. Yeah, he would be a starter. How long are they cup-tied for? Is it the whole competition? I have no idea. Let's see what some of the headlines are saying. Celtic B team hoops make whopping 8 changes for Falkirk, with clash against summer signing set to debut. More European joy for Celtic with a superb Sunday win for the European Women's Champions League result, and the Celtic 11 to face Falkirk on the official website. the official Celtic website goes into does say Celtic return to paradise today for the third time in a week, and in a different competition, following games in the Premiership and the UEFA Champions League. Having won their 2 games against Hearts and Slovan Bratislava, the Hoops are aiming to deliver a win against Falkirk in the League Cup this afternoon and book their place in the semi-final draw. Brendan Rodgers has made 8 changes from the side that produced a stunning 5-1 victory over Slovan Bratislava on Wednesday night, with another strong starting 11. Emphasis is on the strength and depth of the Celtic squad. Alex Valley makes his Celtic debut this afternoon, having joined the club on a season-long loan from Barcelona, while Austin Trusty starts for the first time at Celtic Park, having come on as late as a substitute in midweek. Kasper Schmeichel starts in goals. Callum McGregor and Rio Hatate are the 3 players who retain their place from the midweek team. The kickoff is at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. What the fuck is going on? The team is obviously, as we've seen it there, Schmeichel, Ralston, Trusty, Valley, Welsh, McGregor, Hatate, Bernardo, Forrest, Aramida and Louis Palma. On the bench is Bain, Kyogo, Kuhn, Yang, Ohm, Rocky, Engels and Donovan. It's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. I'm not even going to try and predict the scoreline now, because it's either going to go one or two ways. Celtic will go way into the lead at the first half of the game, and they'll make some fantastic chances, and Adam Ida will take his goals perfectly. Maybe he's kept on James Forrest, because James Forrest made that pass for Adam Ida late on in the Champions League game. James Forrest will be using this as a game just to keep his legs turning over and get past players, but he knows how to put a ball right through to a striker, and maybe that's what he been needed, and maybe that's to show Adam Ida, look, Adam, this is how you pass a ball. Never mind getting too ball greedy and trying to do it all yourself and trying to score wonder goals and pretend you're the fucking messiah from South America. But we all know that you secretly want a move to Spain. And do you know what? If you want a move to Spain, Louis Palma, do your talking on the pitch, not on Instagram, and not fucking, keep on getting your PR team to fucking put out these reels that show that you're some ultimate fucking warrior of a player that is doing it at the highest level. An interview with Tony Watts said there was only cup tied for Motherwell this round, so maybe it's the same for McCowan. That's interesting. Should be an easy game today, says Gary. Should it be an easy game, or is that as being disrespectful to Falkirk? Falkirk are flying at the top of their respective league, and Celtic are flying in theirs, but we've had a good week when it comes to Celtic. It's like the Celtic website says today. We've had a good week against good opposition. Some might say that Hearts are shite, and that Falkirk is the real test. Falkirk is the real test, and it'll be interesting to see the formation that Falkirk go into for the game today. Are Celtic going to put the Falkirk team news up? Looks like they're not. I wouldn't know any of the Falkirk players then if they came out and punched me in the gob. Right, let's jump back into some of the comments. The only thing I want from Hearts is relegated this season. Me too, Paul. I want them relegated. Should be an easy game today, says Gary. It's never an easy game when Welsh starts a game. That's all I'm saying. It's never an easy game when Welsh starts. That's icing on the cake, said Paul. Says Mr. Quinn, if they are relegated, I think they will make it hard for us to get a good result. But as I'm thinking also, because they're going to play really defensive, and at points today during the game for the first 80 minutes, it'll be a bore fest, and it'll be Celtic trying to get their way through a team that's set up to defend as if they're at the Battle of Bannockburn and about to get their totties. That's a shite, Edinburgh Zombies. Did I hear sack Naismith yet? No, they've not sacked him as yet, but he is trending. He is trending on Twitter. Naismith and his coaches have gone from Hearts Official. Wait, I think Hearts have sacked them. Hearts sacked. There you go. He's been sacked. Heart of Midlothian. Heart of Midlothian club today parted company with head coach Stephen Naismith and his assistant Gordon Forrest and Frank McAvoy. The club wishes to thank them well. Things can only get better, can only get better. And I'm... Ah, yes, he's gone. Naismith to replace Clement. Naismith is gone. Early goal today. Tagged you in a meltdown on XBAS. Let me just check that. Notifications. It's not coming through, Kaiser. I'm not getting notifications for you. 6 hours ago. Nope. Verified mentions. I don't need to go into mentions. No, 6 hours ago. No, got it. We've been chatting about that for 5 minutes, Baz. Have you? Oh well, there you go. There you go. Lennon for the Hearts job. Not a chance. Not a chance. Baz is left. But there you go. I'm not reading every single comment. Jesus. 17 minutes ago, sacked. There you go. He was sacked. Even better. Hey Baz, get the Rangers colours. The league trophy man, says John. We'll get that sorted out later on today. I've been far too busy today. It's Sunday. Kaiser. Don't mute me on social media. I've not muted you on social media. Why would I mute you on social media, you fucking loon? You're not muted. I'm followed you. I'll even put on turned on notifications. Oh, that's Lanky. Guys, I've even got notifications turned on for you already. Interesting. Anyway, let's hope they don't get better for Hearts, just worse. Then I'm thinking it's only going to get better for Celtic today because it's absolutely fantastic news that Hearts are that horrible little, absolute horrible. My mum's just sent me a message. Oh my goodness, my old man's nuts. My old man's completely nuts. Anyway, jump on to I feel better now. I've got a baldy avatar. Everything about Baz hero worship. Oh my goodness. 2 SPL managers punt it after just 5 weeks of the season. What is going on? Recess today, Kaiser. Yeah, if you want to go and jump on to Kaiser's channel because he will be doing a live. The big news is today, obviously, the fact that Sinisalo isn't starting the game today. Schmeichel is, Ralston is, Welsh, Trusty and Valley all start at the back for Celtic. It is an untried and untested back four. Is the manager... I mean, these guys play in training every week. They should be able to step in and play the exact same way. I mean, as that stands in the back four, well, Ralston's been there longer, isn't he? So you can't really say... it's heads up between Ralston and Welsh, who's the more experienced, really. But Baz brushes his teeth with Bobbies. Captain Myers. You subscribe to the channel. No, you didn't even subscribe to the channel. But what you do is you've just been hidden. In fact, Captain Earth, you've just been hidden. You've been hidden from the channel altogether. So you'll never be seen again. Not one of your comments will ever be seen on this channel again. And anyway, I liked her Moyet last night and she was honking. Tell her to go and wash that minch. Celtic World on YouTube, if you fancy it, troops, says Kaiser. Captain Arthrammer. What a fucking name. On this channel. I'll just do that again. Hide user on this channel. Never to be seen again. Never to be seen again. All that to just never be able to comment on the channel whatsoever. Ever again. It was good seeing you. Anyway, Sinisalo was at the women's team today. Sinisalo was at the women's team today. That's not even funny. Tell her brusher smells like tuna. Brendan Rodgers works his magic again, says Paul Big Rab B. Niz. Says, why are people complaining about the lineup? It's about time that the club treats cups like other big teams and as squad games. And that's what Celtic have done ultimately today. The fact that they've made the changes that they have done. Celtic even talk about it, that they've played in 2 different competitions in the last week. It's our 3rd different competition in a week. So you would expect the manager to change things up. I think people are only a bit surprised that Scott Bain makes the bench rather than Sinisalo. Because Sinisalo was brought in as one for the future. But maybe it's just about keeping Scott Bain happy as well. Because Scott Bain hasn't made the bench at all this season so far. And maybe it is just giving Scott Bain his little place in the Celtic hierarchy of players. And is one of those guys who is one of the older statesmen of the current Celtic team. Anyway, where is the pool, Baz? Where's the pool? The poll. We're not going to do a poll today. We'll never do a poll before the game. I'll never do a poll before the game. I might do one after it. I reckon Falkirk will come at us today. I think so. I don't think that. I think they're going to try and hit us on the break. The Falkirk manager will sit and look at that team. He'll sit and look at that team, right? And the first thing he does is he goes, right, when you look at it, you've got Ralston on one side and you've got Valley on the other. Let's go and try out the young Spanish guy. The young Spanish guy has never played in Scottish football before. Rough and tumble him up a bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if they target that side, the left side of Alex Valley. Just because it's his first game in Scottish football, you're going to say, let's see if this young Spaniard's up to it. Let's see if he's up for the rough and tumble of Scottish football. Ralston, the bricky on the other side, Falkirk are going to be like, just step out his way when he comes running to you, so he doesn't go right through you. Trusty and Austin we trust. Will that be the comment at the end of it? And then you've got Welsh. Well, Welsh is the more experienced player in that back one. Let's face it. Because he's played more games, more regular than the other two. In the midfield, we should be able to control the midfield with McGregor, Hattati and Bernardo. I'm expecting Paulo Bernardo to turn on the style today, and I'm expecting him to do I'm expecting Paulo Bernardo to score today from midfield. If not, I'm expecting him to get a couple of good chances in. But the big question mark of the game, going into the game, is Lewis Palma. Is Lewis Palma fit enough? Is Lewis Palma going to be in the mood to not be as selfish as what he has been in the past? Lewis Palma does have that little selfishness about him, which makes him sometimes just try and take on one player too many or one touch too many when he could have had a perfectly good pass through to the striker. And it'll be all about the service that we get to big Adam Ida. Will it be crosses into the box for Adam Ida so that he can try and head it in? Will it be into his feet? Or will we manage to pull out Falkirk enough to try and get Adam Ina to run at them? That's all going to be found out in the next 45 minutes or so when Celtic and Falkirk kick off. Anton Rogan's left foot says, Paul, is Captain a wanker? Yes or no? Oh, Jesus. 6%, 6-0, let them try and attack us. Celtic World to listen to Kaiser talk about Oh my goodness. I'm only surprised that Bain actually classed as a goalie, says Pork Chop Express. By the time that Falkirk hit us on the break, we will be 3 in front, says Paul Baird. I'm going to hold you to that one, Paul. I'm going to hold you to that one, because if they get the kick-off and they get the timing right, Palmer's got to make his mark today. Palmer, Anglin Ayrshire said, has got to make his mark today. I think it's a massive game. If Palmer wants to have any... He has to put it down... Palmer having a good game today, we shouldn't... Is that going to make the manager change his decision on anything? Because they're not a Premier League team. And they might be a Premier League team next season, but Lewis Palmer needs to run riot today. Straight Forrest straight on his toe like Wednesday. I think so. I think Forrest will put through the ultimate pass that will score the goal for Adam Eder. But then again, look what happened to Matt O'Reilly, injured in a Lesser Cup and out for a while. Squad is essential for me, not just worth the risk to play our Champions League team in this, says Falcons Hoof. Stephen Johnson, a lot of the starting lineup are looking to make a good impression, says Cammy. Yes, they are that. It is a good team, says Brian. And Wilson QW says, Valley isn't a snowflake. He will handle anything Scottish football throws at him. Well, he hasn't played so far, so we're going to find out this afternoon if he is better than the one and only Greg Taylor, and how good a player he actually is. Because I think he's actually on bigger wages than Greg Taylor is at Celtic for a loan player. It's quite remarkable. Right, I'll let you get ready to head off. I'm going to go and get ready to watch the game. Thank you everyone that has been on the live. There's been over 1,792 people on. There will be a live directly after the game today, so make sure that you join us for that. Said before, a sticky, but Palmer is not good enough. Boys had his chances to prove me wrong, says Wex 1888. Take care, folks. Stay safe. Why have they got to stay safe from? Where are you going to stay safe from? I'm looking forward to seeing Valley, says Paradise Found. Noodles is going 4-0. The Hoops. Tam says hail hail. Lucky 15 Voodoo says, Baz, do you think that we could go unbeaten domestically in all competitions this season? Yes. Yes, I do. I think that we could be on the cusp of something special again. And let's just see how the season goes. Take it one game at a time. Liam the Tim says 7-1 to Celtic. Stephen Johnson's big thumbs up. Hail Hail Baz, says Mr. Quinn. And on that note, there's been over 18,500 people watch the video. Hail Hail Baz, hopefully catch you in October, November, says Boyfriend Benny Alpha. Hopefully you will. I'll see you. If you're over, I'll see you at the Hoops Bar. Enjoy the game. Kevin Kimmett says 3-1. Come on, you boys in green. Make sure that you jump on as soon as the game is finished. We'll do a live. We'll do a live for around about an hour after the game. That's the poll for later. Says Mr. Quinn. I need to find Mr. Quinn's message now. I'll do that in a minute. Forrest straight on his toe. Anyway, there will be a poll after the game today. Enjoy the game wherever you are. Come on, you boys in green. And on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans, all around.